Rolling like a ball is an introductory level, and we do 6 to 8 repetitions. The goal of this exercise is to massage the spine. It stimulates the pressure points all along the spine, it increases circulation, improves alignment, and it actually relaxes the body. To set this exercise up, we're at the front of our mat. We've transitioned from the roll up, and we make a bracelet of the hands. So the left hand comes across to the right shin, and the right hand clasps the wrist lightly. The feet are held up, and the legs are in Pilates stance. The knees are apart, the heels are together, but the toes are apart a little. The body is strongly pulled up with the elbows wide, and the head is down. Now, when you get into the position, one of the things you want to do is create dynamic opposition. So if you can go a little lower, that's awesome, but if you can't, leave your hands there. So Emily's going to push out on her shins as she pulls in, almost as though she's making her arms a power circle, and that creates a little more lift here of the ribs off the spine. To initiate, the tail pulls strongly under and the eyes stay to the abs, and she rocks back. 2 come up. Ideally, the feet stay off the mat just like she did. What's still and what's moving? Everything is in motion, but nothing is really moving. So the tail pulls under, and go ahead and do that again. And you can see that her head stays in position, her elbows stay in position, and her arms stay in position. Precision points. We want to make sure that the eyes stay glued into the abdominals, the ribs stay pulled in, and that we're creating a long, even C curve. The feet stay glued together at the heel with the toes apart, and we only roll as far back as onto the upper back. We don't want the head and the neck to go down. The rhythm is driven by the up, so it's a roll down to come up. Abs take you down, abs take you up, and go ahead and put your feet down to rest. Some other precision points are making sure that they roll evenly down both sides of the spine, and that if I put paint on her spine, and I'm not going to do that, it would paint a nice long line right here. It would be straight down the center of the mat. So those are some key points that you want to look for. Let's take a look at real time. Rolling like a ball. Make a bracelet with your hands, pull in tightly, and tail goes under, and you come up. Abs take you back, and you come up. Roll back with the abs, come up. Stretch, lift up, pull into the mat, pull off the mat. Last repetition, and hold. Take the feet down and rest. Yeah, so that's how it looks in real time. Now, let's talk about signs of readiness. This is a pretty challenging exercise. And so we're going to have a couple rules around this. And one of the rules that we have in Pilates is when in doubt, leave it out. If you're not sure that your student is a good listener and that they aren't going to keep their eyes in here and that they don't have strong powerhouse control and an open enough back to roll, leave this exercise alone. In fact, we're going to recommend that you leave it out for the first workout for sure. It might take a student many weeks to work up to this. Once you can see by the sign of readiness that they can get into a rounded shape, that when they're doing the roll up, that's looking pretty round, then they're ready to take this as a roll. And so until then, we're going to use some building blocks. Go ahead and slide back a little, Emily. So one of the building blocks is pretty obvious. She's going to have her feet down, and every time, go ahead and roll. And she comes up, her feet go down, and she gets a little cheat there with the balance. Often what happens in real life is the students are very, very tight in their low backs. And so we've got to open this position out. And she might have to slide those legs farther away. She might have to either move the bracelet up, or she's got one hand on each shin. That's a possibility. If she had a bigger belly, she might have to put her hands underneath her thighs here and roll like that. So those are all ways of making the work more accessible. Now, spotting and touch with this can be a little bit tricky. And one of the things is you've got to really work with their rhythm. So as Emily rolls back, I'm going to time coming up so that I pull her legs into her and kind of guide her up through the low back. Let's show that one more time. Roll back to come up. And as we say in Pilates, rhythm and timing are everything. I want to make sure that I don't get in her way and cause her problems. Let's go ahead and look at the transition. Rolling like a ball. Roll back to come up, feet down, hands beside you, single leg stretch. Lift your hips back And we'll stop right there.